Get those hands up and praise him all. Well, another day, man, and so blessed by the Lord. I can't believe it. It's just some days, and it's kind of hard to well, you can't even predict it, but yesterday I was look at this is just beautiful out here. You can see the kind of the sun shining through, and there's this white dot right in the middle of the ocean there. And that's the sun trying to peek through. And yes, I have a kind of a sweater on. This is July going into August, and yeah, it's a little chilly, and it's going to get chilly tonight. And I've got kind of a setup going here. Got some stuff, got enough food for today, into tomorrow. Bought this tent today, and of course, I don't know how to set it up correctly, but it looks like it's got a little flap here, so if you can't figure out how to set it up, it's nice. But so many things, like this blanket and this little fan and this headrest, that's mostly for plane travel, but of course it was on sale. Anything that I need is on sale, but it's just crazy. And I started off today, and I found this new store called Manolo's. It's kind of a very high-end Whole Foods type place, but it's got really good prices, and it's Manolo's, and it's kind of I knew the word sounded a little Hispanic, and all the people working there are Hispanic. But it's just kind of unique to the West Coast. I don't know if they have any stores anywhere else, but I could have stayed in there all day. You run into these type of grocery stores every blue moon. One that's got really, really like the variety of a Whole Foods, but prices that are even better. But I stayed in there, and I got a few things, and I just loved it. So the day started off really good like that, and then of course I went over to my Planet Fitness, got my shower for the day, and I needed to go to the library, but I don't know, I just was like every other day. I just kind of go with the flow. Anyway, I ended up making my way over to here to the ocean. This is the first time I've been to this particular part of the San Diego through Oceanside coast, and this is by far, I mean, just for as far as you can see, going that way north and going that way south, all ocean, even to the horizon. So let's take a look around. And this place, I don't know exactly where they are, but it's renowned, and it's famous or popular for its cliffs. Now, I'm way up in the hillside right here. I was tired today. I didn't, my foot's been bothering me, my left foot. I think because I've been walking too much. I know when I was on St. Croix, mostly on St. Croix, not so much on St. Juan, but I was walking a lot in those sandals right there. And those sandals are about had it. So I wanted to get some shoes today, but haven't got them yet. But I think tomorrow will be my last day, and then I'm going to get some comfortable shoes for Salt Lake City. And then I've got, I don't know if I'm going to have to work, or I want to work, but I don't know if Maribel is going to respond to my text. I worked for her 3 days and made some pretty good money. I mean, at least enough money to pay for all of the baseball games that I'm going to and the Amtrak round trip ticket, because I'm going to see Peter Gurry. And he's everybody's favorite. So get those hands up and praise him hallelujah. No, he's the brainchild of the cognitive-based genealogical method of textual criticism. And, you know, that's just so popular nowadays. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But I just love Peter Gurry's. I don't know how reformed he is, but he's a brilliant textual critic. And if he's been around Dan Wallace, Dan, I'm thinking is reformed. And I love Dan Wallace. Who doesn't love Dan Wallace? And all the work they're doing there in Plano, Texas. And I went to one of their seminars there, and I would like to go again, because this textual criticism stuff is so fascinating. Because one of the things I get from people is, oh, you can't trust what was written 2,000 years ago. We're starting to find those documents from 2,000 years ago in the arid areas of Egypt. And guess what? They're almost verbatim of what we got now. So God preserved his word by the mass general distribution of the scriptures, and by making sure that somebody, say in Europe or wherever they were scattered to, could not just arbitrarily change something, and I guess some of them did, like Marcion or Marcion, but it was obvious to everybody that had the sacred scriptures. You go, no, you can't do that. So anyway, I've been a big fan of Peter Gurry, and I want to go see him. So I'm going to go for a couple of days from St. Louis over to Kansas City on the Amtrak. So anyway, that working for Jack in the Box and Maribel paid for that. And now if I can work for a few days at the 1st of August, I don't know, we'll see. It'll just add to the kitty as far as me being able to fully take advantage of my Go Wild Pass on Frontier. But anyway, got out here to where I wanted to go, to this place called Sunset Cliffs, and this girl on the bus got off the bus, and we just kind of walking in the same direction and got talking, and of all places, she was going to a library. And there's this, of course, this must be the most expensive college in the world, because it's just right up the hill here on these cliffs. So I was in, and of course the Lord blessed me, and so I've been in the library. I think I was the only one in there, and I was uploading and charging and everything, something that I wanted to do earlier in the day, but I was kind of anxious to get the day started, so I was out here. The last thing I expected coming out to the beach today was to have a library at my disposal, and to be able to get so much stuff done that I needed to get done. But anyway, this video has gone on for about 9-10 minutes, and just looking forward to tonight, getting some good sleep. And I'm only going to be in San Diego for another day and a half. Let's see, tomorrow full day, I'll be in here full day Tuesday, but then my plane leaves late Wednesday night. And I go to a Padres game Wednesday, and then fly to Salt Lake. I've got a full day layover in Las Vegas, and from on there on to Salt Lake City. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting. So get those hands up and pray, hallelujah.